Hey guys, I'm Arcadian Soul. Today I'm going to be showing off the skills that I recommend for nearly every monk set out there. This set in particular is called Soul. It has 4 pieces of the Monkey King's Garb set, which means if you have Sweeping Wind active, anytime you hit an enemy, it'll spawn a decoy, and that decoy will explode. Really good for clearing groups of enemies. The other 4 pieces are Thousand Storm set, which means you can dash infinitely because your dashing strike spends 75 spirit. If you're not familiar, Dashing Strike looks like this. It looks a lot like Teleport. You're going to be moving very fast when you use it. This set in particular has the Fulminator Sword, which means you turn enemies into lightning rods when you do lightning damage to them. And since this sword has lightning damage already in it, there at the top, you're going to be doing lots of damage to enemies and turning them on their other friends. The offhand on this set gives you 7 more stacks of Sweeping Wind. The belt gives you 2 stacks of Sweeping Wind every single second. So, if you're using Sweeping Wind, you're going to have this little ring of fire around you, so anything that you touch is going to die. The most essential piece of this set in particular is this ring on the right hand side right here. It gives you 100% free fire skills. So if you go over here to your skills, anything over here with fire damage in it is going to be completely free. For example, on the R2 button, I use Wave of Light with Explosive Light. If you read the bottom there, it says it does all fire damage to your enemies. So, since this is fire, and this ring gives you 100% free fire skills, I can use this skill as long as I want, and that white bar at the bottom left does not go down at all. For this set in particular, and for most sets for the monk, I use these skills. Under X, I use Mantra of Conviction with Annihilation, which means if you have this mantra active, then whenever you kill an enemy and an ally is nearby, you and your ally are going to get more movement speed. R2, once again, Wave of Light with Explosive Light. Square, I use Mystic Ally with Fire Ally, you do more damage. Triangle, I use Sweeping Wind with Firestorm. It creates a big radius around you, like so. For circle, does not matter. You can put anything you want here. Some sets have low resource cost and they don't have that fire skills 100% free ring. So those you might want to put in something that gives you more resources. This one I use Epiphany, but I never ever use it, so whatever you like. Circle. For R1, I use Dashing Strike with Radiance. It gives you the ability to do Dashing Strike with a fire skill attached to it, so I can go really fast. For passives, I recommend Fleet-Footed, gives you more movement speed. Determination, makes it to where you do more damage if there's enemies nearby. Unity, this one is really good if you have an Innis set. It makes it to where every time you have like 6 or 7 Mystic Allies, then you're going to be doing tons of extra damage. For the last passive, I recommend Momentum. If you move 25 yards, you're going to be doing more damage. Finally, there's the Cube. The Cube powers are as follows. For the weapon, I use Mad Monarch Scepter. If you kill 10 enemies, you release a Poison Nova, do tons of damage within 30 yards. For the armor, I use Zokrin's Gaze. Your Wave of Light is now cast at your enemy. If you're not familiar with this armor piece and you've never used something like this before, basically, right now, I'm releasing this from the center of the attack is where I'm standing, and it does damage around me. If, however, there's an enemy nearby, it will release this on them. They will be the center of that explosion. So if there's a group of enemies over here, I use that, it's going to explode all of them instead of me maybe hitting 1 or 2 of them from where I'm standing. So it's really good for clearing out a group of enemies. Finally, for the last cube power, I use Ring of Royal Grandeur. It makes it to where if you have, let's say, 3 pieces of a set and you want that 4-piece bonus, then you toss this in and you get the 4-piece bonus. Really nice whenever you're mixing and matching sets like I'm doing with this set. I'll show you what it looks like to do this in a rift. What I'm doing is I tapped triangle once, so I'm going to have that flaming vortex around me forever. Don't ever have to touch that again. but I'm going to be tapping R1 and R2. R1 will teleport me, R2 will do a wave of light destruction at my enemy's location. I want to show that off to you right now. As you can tell, I'm nowhere near my enemies, but they are the center of that attack, which clears out anything around them at the same time. Basically, I'm just spamming my R1 button and my R2 button, and it's pretty crazy. The game can't keep up sometimes. Really fun though, especially if you're in a group. This one is really fun for getting around the map really quickly. So I just went to the bottom of the map on purpose, and the Rift Guardian is down here. I can go back and forth as much as I need to. Greater Rift Stones, thank you. Go back to town, talk to Orc. And that's that rift done. Well, if you guys like this gear, if you like these skill sets, if you have any recommendations, please go to our Farseer D3 mods community on the PlayStation 4. And if you want any sets at all, please go ahead and post on the wall. If you have any recommendations, once again, please post on the wall or contact a moderator. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I hope you like the gear that we provide. I hope you like the skills.